And we are back. And it's Monterey on Tonight. It's your first time here? Goodness gracious, where have you been? We've been here 3 years. This is show 167.
Well, I want to say thank you for having me, and I am grateful that I'm finally here.
You're the first guy, Doctor, that brought his own banner. He's got a beautiful banner, and it's all about this book, Dare to Thrive, and that's why Dr. Greg Linkowski is in the house. Did I say that right?
Yes, sir.
Linkowski?
You did.
Okay. And he's a retired doctor, a radiologist, many years.
Several
years. And you came from the San Joaquin Valley.
Yes, I did.
And I got a young lady that was on this show as a co-host to find you, to get you here. Hope.
Thank you so much, Hope Roski.
Yes. She got you here. And here you are. And your lovely wife was not able to join you tonight. She had some health issues?
Yeah, a little bit of back related
I know all about
issues.
that.
Yeah, I do too.
Do you?
Yeah, it seems like it's going around.
So tell me, Greg, Dr. Greg, what prompted you to decide to write this book? What went on in your life? Did you retire and then say, I'm going to go write a book? How did this all come about?
Well, I have to tell you, I started writing my story about 30 years ago.
Really? You were a young guy. You still are.
Thank you. Some of the things that I do, I don't feel as young as I used to be. But anyways, we had our first child in 1990, a beautiful girl who I adore. And then we had, 3 years later, our second child, a little boy named David.
Okay.
And it's a very long story. In fact, I devote 2 chapters in my book to our journey with David. And I can tell you that we discovered it at about 3 or 4 months of age that David had severe developmental delay.
Uh-huh.
And then came seizures and with that, a whole host of other things. But as it turns out, David was basically wheelchair bound, couldn't talk and couldn't walk. And I and my wife, Lynn, and our family went through, we walked through hell.
Difficult time.
Very hard.
Very difficult time.
Very hard.
And that issue with your son is what prompted you to write the book.
Yes.
Because it's lessons learned from a trauma survivor.
Yeah, and David lived from 1993 until 2002. And at around 1995, I started journaling about our experiences.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And also, I also cut some tapes, just regular little, whatever they were, pre 8-track, cassette tapes.
Cassettes.
Yeah.
Cassettes.
And so I was starting to write about what we were going through, and I kept on writing about it because it was therapeutic for me, and it was also just I really wanted to chronicle our story.
Mm-hmm.
Well, David passed on in 2002, and I spent my life being the best husband and the best father that I could be. We had a son after David,
okay,
Sammy, who's an entertainer down in L.A., very gifted individual, and so. Well, I'm a little flustered.
Don't be.
I won't be.
Don't be.
So I immersed myself in my profession, which was diagnostic radiology. And, life went on.
Well, whatever happened now is in the past, and you can talk about it, and you do in this book.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's From Trauma to Triumph, a journey of resilience, redemption, and hope. When did this book come out? When did you publish this book?
It came out actually just in March of 2025.
Okay.
So just about a year ago.
About a year ago.
And it was 30 years in the making, but the real writing took about 2 years.
Okay, so now if someone goes out and they buy this book and they read this book, what are they going to learn about life in general because of this book? Your experiences that you had with your child who passed on. Writing this book obviously was cathartic for you.
It was also draining emotionally.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
Really
But
difficult.
you're passing this on now to folks who are out there who may have had or will have a similar experience.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be helpful to them. And that's your way of giving back.
Yes, sir. In fact, my intention truly is to bring honor and glory to God. And one thought that just went through my head just a moment ago is life is hard.
Yes, it is.
But God is good.
And always good things will happen if you believe in Him.
Yes, and there are times when you wonder, God,
why did this happen to me?
They say God will never give you more than you can
That's
handle.
true. Very
and
true.
so my rationalization is God must love me an awful lot.
He's given me a lot. Yeah.
But
now you are on a trek. Mm-hmm. You got in touch with us through Hope to talk about this book. Are you going out and doing book signings now? Are you appearing in bookstores and promoting this book and telling folks what it was like to go through this, everything that you've put in this book?
I haven't, but
Well,
going forward, I will be.
You're going to help a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you're going to meet a lot of new people who are going to come up to you after they've heard about your book and say, Greg, thank you for doing this. Thank you for telling us. Because that's how we get the pain behind us.
Absolutely. And one thing that I have done, Gary, and if you go on YouTube and look up Greg Linkowski, MD, I have a number of podcasts where I've been blessed to be a guest.
Great.
And so I have that experience, and it was really very, very helpful for me to learn how to present my story.
You know what's really interesting? You talk about podcasts. I'm seeing so many people now that are just for the heck of it deciding they want to do a podcast because podcasts are easy. Mm-hmm. All you need is the equipment. You can set it up and you load them out there and people listen. I'm following several podcasts now, and they're enjoyable because you hear about what's happening in people's lives. And to tune in to Dr. Greg Linkowski and hear stories on your podcast, basically talking about what's in this book.
Yes.
It's the kind of thing that people really need. It's necessary to hear because how else do we know what you've gone through and what you went through with your son and losing your son is going to be helpful to someone out there who that hasn't happened to yet.
Yeah, and in fact, I just recently, one of my friends in Fresno, it just happened about 3 weeks ago, his 48-year-old son just died.
There you go.
Without warning.
Without notice.
And I got to tell you, the grieving process it doesn't completely finish.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, I really thought that I had successfully grieved the loss of David, but in reality, our loss is heaven's gain.
Yeah.
And so I'm in my last quarter.
Yeah.
Unless.
But let me tell you what I told a good friend of mine who lost his son at 58. His son was 58. And I said, here's how I want you to think about this. The Lord wanted him in heaven. There was a reason he took him and took him to heaven. And so it's not a loss. It's the Lord who gained that child, that man who's now in heaven. And just think, someday you're going to be there with him.
And in some ways, I look forward to that.
Yes.
However, not before my time.
No, well, whenever the Lord wants you.
Exactly.
But you will be there with him.
Yes.
You will be there with him.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people, I think, lose track of the fact that we pass on, and I do it on this show. I say it all the time. There are those of us who are on this side and those that have gone to the other side. But doesn't it make sense, Greg, when we go to the other side, all the people that have gone before us are there?
It does make sense.
It makes sense.
And
so we're going to see him again.
yeah.
You're going to be with your son again.
And I am very thankful for that.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, thank you for doing this, because this is important. They can get this on Amazon.
Amazon is probably the best place. And it's
easy.
also,
There it is, because Dylan pulled it right up there. Dare to Thrive, Dr. Greg Linkowski from Fresno, California.
but originally New York.
And originally New York.
By way of Philadelphia.
How many years did you practice? Did you practice your whole career in Fresno?
Yes. And we moved to Fresno in 1987.
Okay.
And I retired out in 2014.
So you had a great career.
Really great career. And I was very blessed to do the work that I did.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that there are folks that are looking forward to getting online right now and going to Amazon and putting in Dr. Greg Linkowski. Dare to Thrive is the name of the book. Go pick up a copy, and I'm sure that Greg will appreciate it, and maybe you'll learn something that will really be helpful to you in the future.
And may I also add a couple of things. If you do buy the book, read it, and you resonate with what's in it, thank you for posting a review on Amazon.
Absolutely. Great idea.
And I just hope, from the bottom of my heart, I hope that at least one person may be helped along their journey from reading about my journey. And I wish everybody the very, very best. And I really thank you for letting me.
Listen, I number one, our show here has turned into a platform for launching a lot of books. I've had several folks on this show now that have written books, and it's a good platform, a local platform, where how would you hear about Dr. Linkowski's book if you weren't on a local television show? You know, we're on in Fresno, we're on here in Monterey, but we're streaming live on the internet too. So this show goes everywhere. And so if there's just one person that is benefiting from this book, and it's going to be helpful to you out there, then grab a copy. Thank you for being here. Pleasure having you.
Thank you, sir.
We're going to get back to my country music guy now.
Merle Haggard.
All right, let's go hear more Merle.